Hi guys, how you doing? It's Stephen from Glen Car Sales. Today we've got a lovely sapphire black 2022 on a 72 plate BMW M340i. It's an LCI, it's done 11,000 miles by two owners. As I mentioned, sapphire black, and it's got cognac interior, and it's also got the exceptionally rare and very desirable M Sport front seats. Not just your standard seat, this is the same seats that you see in an M car. It's not a particularly expensive option. You do, however, have to tick a few other boxes when the car's been optioned new before it uncovers that option. I don't know, maybe that's why they're pretty rare, but it's only the second one, the second G20 that we've had with this option. And when you have a wheel on Auto Trader, there's not many for sale with the seats. So anyway, enough rambling on about the seats, and let's get a look around this lovely high-performance saloon car. So for anyone that's new to the channel, I'd just like to explain how we happened to come across all of this lovely stock. This is only some of the stock, guys. We've got another unit with the rest of the stock. If you'd like to see exactly what we've got in stock at the minute, you can click the web address, which is just in the description below. So back to where we get all these cars. Everything comes through wewon'tbuyanycar.com, our own in-house car buying service. And again, if you are looking for a price for your car, if it's a sports or prestige vehicle up to 6 years old and 60,000 miles, but also open to older, more interesting sports cars, as long as they are low owners and low mileage. And again, if you're looking for a valuation, you can get in touch via the link in the description below. That's wewon'tbuyanycar.com. Because we take our time when we're buying stock in, we get so the customer brings the car to us, we get a chance to drive it, bring it inside, check all the paintwork, check the service history. We feel that that process allows us to stock some of the nicest and properly hand-picked stock available. If you go to auction, if you've ever been in an auction house, the pace of these places is absolutely startling, and I just don't understand how you can confidently buy a car that you know is as good as it needs to be in such a short space of time. And believe it or not, some auction houses still don't allow physical auctions. So anyway, that's how we get to have all these lovely cars that we are super confident in. Now onto this 340. So let's get a start looking over the bonnet. So everything here at Glen Car Sales is fully machine polished. Even at such a young age, you can still pick up marring marks, car wash marks, and everything in the bonnet and on the paintwork. But after the three-stage polish, we can see that we've got this lovely swirl-free paint finish. Stone chips, do we have any? Now let's have a look. We've got one tiny little one here, another tiny one just here, and we've got one just up here. We do take the camera about 50 centimetres, so that's about just over a foot away from the bodywork. Any closer than that, we're starting to lose focus, but I think if you were here in person, I don't imagine you'd be looking much closer than that with your own eyes. So looking over the front bumper, we can see a couple of very, very small marks, but being pretty critical here. Light lenses and everything, they're all lovely. But the LCI with this new sleeker lamp really, really sharpens up the front of an already very, very, very good looking car. Gives you a saying, Lee, there was a missed call on the landline. So that finishes off the front end of the car. So now let's get a look down the passenger side. So we've got no parking dents, scratches or anything to report. We will have another look from the other end. Front passenger wheel free from any damage. These calipers can be spec'd in red, BMW's M Performance blue, or the red. I think personally they look great in red, great contrast with the black. Insets in the wheels, and also obviously the black paintwork. Pirelli tyre, I dare say this will more than likely be on its original set of tyres, given the fact that it's only covered 11,000 miles. And looking down the length of the passenger side from the back, again picking up the nice reflections in that freshly machine polished paintwork, and we can see that there's absolutely no damage to report. While we're here, we've got a wee look at the back bumper. Corner, all free from any damage, and you can see just how much more aggressive the LCI rear diffuser is, and with it being the 40i, it comes with this nice big square. But anyway, we'll get onto that in a second. Getting a bit carried away with myself today. Rear passenger wheel free from damage. Again, looking in the caliper, the brake disc in good condition there as well. All the diamond cut face, free from any milky white worm, which can happen if you get a little chip in the lacquer and moisture starts to work its way in. I think this is one of the most striking parts of the car. I love black would be my last option, to be honest, if I was ordering a car new, and I think the cognac with the sapphire works really well. For example, you would miss all the detailing in the door card there because it would just all be black, and also the stitching in the seats and just the contours in the backrest really jump out when we've got this nice lighter leather. We've got lumbar adjustment as well, which is an option, and also the full-way adjustable seats is an option as well, and then you've got your 4-way lumbar adjustment, which I'm pretty sure is standard. Got the hexagon aluminium trim, and obviously we've got the latest BMW Live operating area there as well. Centre console and armrest all free from any marks, factory cap overmats, everything as new, kick plates and everything all excellent condition. As you can see, we've got our interior ambient lighting, which you can configure to your liking, runs across onto the dashboard. And it's also got the loudspeaker package, not Hammond Cardin, but it's the loudspeaker package, which is a nice system, I have to say. The standard system on these newer cars is way better than the old car. Beforehand, HK was an absolute must. Now they are equipped with a fairly decent stereo. The loudspeaker package is a nice upgrade, and if you can, the HK is a nice to have. If I have a look there, we can see the interior ambient lights carried over at the back. Rear bench, good condition, and believe it or not, guys, having the M tricolours carried on at the outside of the seat belts is an option. The M seats look even cooler from the back with the integrated headrest running up there. Proper hardback sports seat. Entry plate is all in good condition, and the door card and everything all as new. It's all going off in here today with the phones. So let's get knelt down. We've got the 2 square exhaust pipes at the back. As I mentioned earlier, we've got this much more pronounced, much more aggressive rear diffuser by comparison to the pre-LCI car. Got reverse camera, and we've also got parking sensors along the back bumper. Power opening tailgate. Now I love seeing this. This is an indication of a careful owner. We've got mats for the winter, and then we've also got the carpet mats for the summer inside, as well as a load liner. Just a kind of forward thinking owner personally, making sure you're looking after the car as best you can with mats that suit whatever season you happen to be in. Oh, does it have, yep, sorry, I forgot. Too busy chatting on about mats. It's also got the optional folding rear seats, which are dead handy. Means we can split the back seat down 60 or 40, so you can still have someone sitting in the back, but your IKEA sideboard poking through from the luggage area. Okay, from the back to the front on the driver's side, just picking up the reflections of the wall there. You can see that the bodywork and everything's all in excellent condition. But we look at the rear bumper corner while we're here. That's all spot on as well. Really liking these 3D style rear light clusters with the tinted top lens. It's just so on point. Rear wheel on the driver's side, free from any damage. And the brake disc, brake face is all in good condition. Don't get me started on the single piston sliding caliper. I've done another video about that. Seems to be, I just don't get why BMW don't put a proper 2 or a 4 pot caliper on the rear, especially when they put these lovely big 4 pots on the front. However, well, let's not get distracted. Let's look down the length of the driver's side. You can see that's all absolutely perfect. Another quick look at the front while we're here. Again, save for the few tiny little marks, it's very clean. Final wheel, just looking around the outer rim. Again, free from any damage. Brake disc, it's looking a little bit orange, that's because it was cleaned and packed up since last week. But I can assure you the brake discs and everything are all absolutely fine. And the brake caliper itself, all nice and glossy red. Final Pirelli tyre, giving us a matching set, but as I mentioned, at 11,000 miles, I'll be very surprised if this car has ever needed tyres in its time. So we can see that the little serrated marks here, this indicates keyless entry. So as long as the key is on your person, you can lock and unlock the car without pressing the button on the fob. We've got memory on the driver's side only, not on the passenger side. Door pull and everything's all fine. Top of the door card, free from anywhere. Got your cup holder here, and that's your release for the power tailgate. Entry plate, all good condition. No water ingress under the chrome strip. Outer bolster in good condition, and the base bolster all in excellent order as well. As per the other side, full electric adjustment. It's your four-way lumbar adjustment, and this also inflates. Sorry guys, I made an error around the other side. This is standard. This inflates the side bolster on the backrest, and then that's your four-way adjustment for the lumbar, which is not standard. So we'll hop in. Current mileage 11,541 miles. You'll notice that the LCI does away with the gear stick, and we now have one big long display that carries right across. It's actually two separate screens, but it's all incorporated into the one unit. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but as with all BMW iDrive, once you've been in the car for a few days, it all becomes very, very intuitive to use. Get the car started. You can see all the climate control is all now up off the dashboard, all incorporated into the iDrive. The graphics and animation are very, very slick, really, really nice to use. But as I say, there is an awful lot of it in here, and you need to take a little bit of time. In fact, there you go, you can actually ask your personal assistants. Maybe that can teach you how to do it a bit quicker than in a few days. So we've got the main clock here. At the minute it's set up so that we've got our satellite navigation. I'm not going to give you a full tutorial on how this all works, but I do know that if we put the car into sport, you can see that once we've clicked sport, it gives us a completely different readout on the dash. While we've got it in sport, we'll give it a little rev, let you hear what it sounds like. So the car is cold, so we won't be revving it any further than 3,000 RPM. As you can see, the car's still on its warm-up sequence. Got the rear belt occupancy readout here, which is pretty much the norm now. But a really, really nice place to be now. They always were. A 3 Series has always been one of our favourites, and the G Series really does just move the game along, and the M340i is an exceptional feature in the lineup. What other spec have we got? We've also got adaptive, high beam assist as well, and we've also got heated steering wheel, heated seats and all that. That's standard. But yeah, I think that's us just about done in here. No head-up display unfortunately, and the paddles and everything are all really, really nicely weighted. Yeah, just a lovely place to be. The B58 engine that's in this car, let's just switch the car off and we'll get a little look. In the previous F cars, as much as it was a great performer, we always felt it was a little bit lethargic on throttle input. It's almost like it had a bit more inertia to it. It's the only way I can describe it. But in this, it is so lively. I mean, you just heard that rev flare there with a little bit of throttle input. These are now 370 horsepower, but we're seeing customers sell or trade these cars in with 40 miles to the gallon, which is absolutely bonkers. So it is pretty much your cake and eat it, and I can now fully understand why there are so many people are split between going for either the M340d or the M340i, because years gone by, if you opted for the petrol equivalent, the fuel economy would be dramatically worse than the diesel. But now, with the technology that's in these things, along with the mild hybrid technology, that gap on fuel mileage has really closed up. So you've got proper petrol performance now, but without the downside of the poor MPGs that we used to have in years gone by. So there we are, guys. That's the sorry, frog in my throat. That's the walk around video of the M340i. I hope you found it helpful. If you are looking to send us a wee inquiry, you can do that by getting in touch via the website. There'll be a link in the description below. Also, as you are looking at a